Alright, so what's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to another Pokemon video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about a quote-unquote leak that came out earlier this week, and this is actually really cool to me because some stuff has been going on around this leak and it's really suspicious as well. I just want to put this out there. Do not 100% confirm that any of this is real. Take this all with a grain of salt. Nobody's trying to confirm anything at all, but I'm just putting this out for the sake of discussion. And that's pretty much it. So the story is that on Tuesday, last Tuesday, the 8th, right? Or this Tuesday, the 8th, that just came through, right? There was a post on 4chan. Now you're probably thinking, oh, dog, it's 4chan. Come on, dog. What's going on with you, bro? Now let me give you some context, right? Most of the time when there are these quote unquote leaks put on 4chan, they just sit there. They just sit there. The ones that are like, the ones that end up being confirmed later on in the future are the ones that get like deleted immediately. They get destroyed. The user gets banned. The actual thread gets bodied. But for whatever reason, we have the picture of this entire thread, and this guy, this post, has been banned. This is actually 20-30 minutes after the fact that he posted it, and we don't know why that's the case at all. Now, like I said, normally whenever these fake leaks come out and there's no I guess real thing behind them, they just sit there for hours on hours, days, maybe even weeks before the threads just kind of just go away. But for this one in particular, this one got deleted at least 30 minutes after it was posted, which is big because that means that there's something going on that I guess the companies or the site doesn't want on their thing. And it's like, okay, why was this just automatically just body like that? But the user has been banned. The image has been destroyed. The thread has been archived. So nobody can reply it anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and link it if you want to translate most of these links you can. But here is the leak, quote unquote, and you can see what the heck they're trying. You can see what they're trying to do. Right now it says translation team list 106 new Pokemon, the biggest region to date. Pokemon get an additional rare shiny form. Solar system gets represented in form of legendaries, and the organization is called yada yada yada, led by yada yada yada. No official translations yet. Now, it's kind of crazy because remember that there was a video. If you're new, this doesn't pertain to you, but for those who were like, you know, following this chronological order or whatever, there was a video that I posted back in December. Talking about how they were already beginning translations on the games, and they were already, you know, working on them as soon as they got done with Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. So they have a full team of translators just going ham on this game, which makes a lot of sense. So if anything was to be leaked through the translators, it would 100% make sense through them, right? Especially since these guys are the ones that are translating everything in the game, whether, you know, dialogue and items and everything like that. Like, they're the ones who do this. They're going into the game and translating every single bit. So it makes sense that, you know, that one lingering translator, especially the ones, maybe the newer recruits that they recruited or hired in the past couple of months and or year, is out there spreading information that they're not supposed to be spreading. Maybe this guy who's posted this, you know, maybe he was a translator. We never know. But let's just dissect this entire little, like, I guess, this entire little post, and let's talk about this. We have 106 new Pokemon. As of right now, I think 1st and 5th gen have the biggest additions to any region, and I think 6th, 7th has like a couple. Yeah, they all have a couple. They all have a little bit of something, right? And this, we all want the next Pokemon game for Nintendo Switch to have new Pokemon. This 106 new Pokemon, I feel like would be amazing. Like the last 6 would be like legendary Pokemon and mythical Pokemon and just the other like little spin-off trio guys, and then the rest of the 100 or the 100 and the rest of the 100 or the 99 Pokemon would probably just be just, you know, the actual Pokemon, their evolution lines, stuff like that. I like that too because like now we can actually have like some more room for some 2-stage evolutions, maybe some 3-stage, you never know. and it just gets better, you know. I don't know. I'm always a sucker for new Pokemon. I love when Pokemon goes and beyond. I think 5th Gen was one of the biggest additions to the Pokemon, you know, decks. A lot of their mons are good. I like the 5th Gen. I don't care what nobody says about it. But let's keep going. It's the biggest region to date, which I can actually see because, I mean, here we are. Like we're in the newest generation. We're in Pokemon Generation 8. It's about time Nintendo steps it up and we get that big, humongous world, especially when the Nintendo Switch can actually handle it. You know, one thing that Game Freak was always talking about in their interviews, and how in like their interviews in the past like 3 or 4 years, was always, you know, the handhelds have so much limited technology to them. They can't really do much. The hardware is not that strong for what they envision. And now we have a system that can handle Unreal Engine, right? And we can do this now. Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee. It wasn't the most graphic update because it's literally just the smoothed out 3DS sprites, or yeah, it's the smoothed out 3DS models. But this one in particular, like it's gonna be huge. I would imagine it's gonna be huge, because my thing is, now that we go back and look at it, you know, them having 106 new Pokemon, we might be getting a whole big update, because now there's no way you can, because now that we're in the 8th generation, we might be starting off clean, on a whole clean slate. Here's 106 new Pokemon. Here's a brand new region, a big region at that, and it's probably going to be more exploring in our region than there is going to be any type of like battling and or like just, I guess, gyms. I can see why it would be like that personally. I think that would make a lot of sense. For like the biggest region to be on the Nintendo Switch, 106 new Pokemon means a clean, quote-unquote, slate for a lot of them. It would be dope. You know, maybe we'll get like some regular Pokemon from older generations to fill out that. Like in Sun and Moon, it had 300 Pokemon, right? 106 new Pokemon, give us like 200 extra ones from like 7th or 6th gen, maybe 1st if you want to, and that would be fine. That would be totally fine. A lot of people might not like that, but I feel like 106 new Pokemon is really good. That's really fine, especially for what they're trying to do with the Switch. They're going to be focusing more on the graphic and the regions and the storytelling than they are the Pokemon themselves. We've hit that point now where Pokemon is going to be going into deeper storytelling and things like that. It's about that time that we get into that, you know. Pokemon get an additional rarest shiny form. It's kind of weird because you know, I'm not sure what rarest shiny form would mean. I'm pretty sure that just probably means an alternative shiny form, which I wouldn't be surprised, but I feel like it would be like select mons. If anything, it sounds like a regional variation that they're trying to push, or they're trying to make. But the reason why it's shiny is because I don't know, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense as to what they're trying to do. It makes sense, you know, it makes sense. Because now if we have these new Pokemon, right? I'm assuming the rarest shiny form might be some Alolan variation. Kind of like how, you know, we look at Rattata, right? Rattata is literally just purple, but then Alolan Rattata is black with some like extra whiskers to him. It's like that. Like it's like, okay, this is kind of cool, but this time it's going to be confirmed as a shiny. Or if not a shiny, probably just the form itself is going to be an alternative color to that Pokemon, which would make a lot of sense. I mean, I don't know. We have Solar System gets represented in the form of legendaries. I'm pretty sure there's going to be, if that's the case, then it sounds like some Sun and Moon-ish though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It sounds like some, I don't know, because Solgaleo and Lunala were supposed to be the sun. They were supposed to be, the Sun and the Moon. And that was literally it. That was literally it. The Tapus were supposed to be like the deities for the deities for Hawaii. Marshadow is a Shadow Marcher. That's literally it. Like they're supposed to represent Hawaii's culture and stuff like that. But if this one is Solar System is represented in the form of legendaries, for that to make sense, it would probably need to. The Sun and the Moon will not get represented, but if anything, the other planets will. Like we will probably get like a Venus, a Mars, and a Jupiter, a Neptune, shit of Pluto. You know, we might be able to get like some representations in the form of those guys, which are, like I said, which are the last 6 new Pokemon in this entire edition is just legendary Pokemon. And if there's like a good amount of planets out that we know about, they can definitely make They can definitely make, you know, us. They can definitely make, you know, these legendary Pokemon, you know, be represented in the form of the planets, maybe, or something about that. Like we might get a Neptune. A whole Neptune planet would just be a water type, a water ice type, because it's still cold on that damn planet. You know, it's there, right? And then we have the last one, organization called yada yada yada, led by yada yada. Now I went and I Google translated what these names were, and we were looking at the first one. Organization is called Team quote unquote Neon, and then led by quote unquote Caesar. Now that sounds like Italy. That sounds like Italy. That sounds like Italy. Like that's actually really insane how that would work, because now it would follow back to the point in before this, right? Team Neon led by Caesar, right? And these aren't even like official translations, right? These aren't even, you can't translate this right? Just off Caesar alone, that's Italian. You know, that's more over there. That's over there, right? And if the solar system is represented by legendary Pokemon, and you guys know, like a lot of stuff, technology and was revolutionized over there anyway. Like they had like philosophers, they had scientists, quote unquote, at the times. They had people. This would make a lot of sense. This would make a lot of sense now, you know? So I think when it comes to this is just one of those too good to be true, quote unquote, leaks. But I feel like if this was to ever be a thing, it would make a lot of sense. This one right here, for this one to be so, I guess, for this one to make so much sense, and for it to be too good to be true, and for it to be deleted right away is what's like mysterious to me. So I guess with that being said, I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna let you guys talk about it in the comment section below. We can have a whole discussion. Leave a like if you guys want to, subscribe if you guys want. I appreciate it 100%. It helps about the channel a lot. And I will end this off right here. And honestly, dude, I want to see where this goes. We have a couple months before we get the announcement. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen soon. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.